With free agency and the draft in the books, teams are basically what they're going to be heading into free agency. Now, yes, teams could sign Richard Sherman, sure, but there's not too many week one starters that are still on the market out there. And Pro Football Focus took a stab. They projected all 32 teams starting lineups. And for the Vikings, it's pretty close. I think it's pretty close to what it potentially could be. So look at the offense. Offensive line left to right, Darrisaw, Ezra, Bradbury, Wyatt Davis, no matter what, the third round pick, and then Brian O'Neill. I think that's got to be the betting favorite in terms of what the offensive line is going to be. Darrisaw at left tackle. Ezra, even though he played right guard last year, that's where Wyatt Davis has been entrenched at Ohio State. Plus, that's also where he practiced over the weekend at rookie camp. Plus, I think Ezra at left guard, using his mobility, would make a lot of sense. And then, of course, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook is going to be starting. And since it's PFF, they're obviously an 11 personnel, but of course, C.J. Ham, the best fullback in the league, is going to be out there. Erstman Jr. takes over tight end 1 from Kyle Rudolph. The two receivers, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. And the slot, Olabisi Johnson. We'll talk about him in a sec. Defensively, you have Daniil, Pierce, Tomlinson, and Weatherly. And even if you rotate in Wanham or some of the rookies, I think that potentially could be one of the best defensive lines in the game. Plus, note, so obviously this is a May projection, but Daniil Hunter projected at right defensive end over left tackle versus his normal left defensive end spot over the right tackle. So maybe they kick Daniil to the blind side. That's a setup that they used in 2018 when Everson Griffin missed some time, when Steve Weatherly came in and played left defensive end. Andre Patterson could dust that one off again. And of course, since it is a sub-package league, nickel is the new base. You have two linebackers, Kendricks and Barr. You got Mac Alexander working the slot, Cameron Tiny Dantzler and Patrick Peterson on the outside. I think the cornerbacks 1 through 3 are set. And then you got free agent Xavier Woods playing free safety next to Harrison Smith. And I think that they are basically right. Two spots where I have questions, Olabisi Johnson and Weatherly. And with BC, it's not so much on him. It's just I think the coaching staff just is enamored with Chad Beebe. I think that he will have the inside track to be wide receiver 3 to start. I think that eventually Amir Smith-Marset, the rookie 5th-round pick from Iowa, speed for days, could be that guy or could carve out a role for himself as a wide receiver 4 to start and then eventually move to 3. But right away, week 1, probably not. And then Weatherly, I think Weatherly could start on paper, quote unquote, but DJ Wanham, the two rookies, Patrick Jones and Janaris Robinson, will all work in there and certainly get their reps. I would be shocked if Weatherly cracks 600 snaps next season. But on paper, ties and not so much ties go to the veteran, so I understand why they listed Weatherly. Now, they listed as a battle to watch cornerback. This may be less of a battle than it was shaping up to be just a few weeks ago. The Mike Hughes trade removes one player from the competition, and Jeff Gladney could be facing a suspension following assault charges this offseason. If available, Gladney would compete with Mac Alexander for a slot role after a shaky rookie season, with Patrick Peterson and Dantzler presumably starting outside. It wouldn't be a surprise to see the Vikings look to add another cornerback in free agency, given the lack of depth behind those 4, though. And I disagree with the battle to watch as cornerback. I think that they are set 1 through 3. Even if Gladney is cleared and returns to the team, I don't think it'll be a competition with Mac. I think Mac will be your starting slot cornerback, and then Dantzler and Peterson will be on the outside. And yeah, there will be some competition. I do like Chris Boyd. I do like Harrison Hand, and also they added Amari Henderson, the UDFA tryout, who made his way onto the roster. But I think the more intriguing competitions are for that wide receiver 3. Like we mentioned, Amir Smith-Marset, does he work in? Does he eventually beat out a guy like BC Johnson and Chad Beebe, even though they've been in the building much longer? I really like Whop Filer as well. I think that he really impressed over rookie camp weekend as much as you can in helmets and shorts. But I think eventually Whop could make the practice squad and eventually work his way onto the roster. And then, of course, that edge rusher spot opposite Daniil Hunter, where I think there's so much damn talent in that room, man. So you got Wanham, you got Weatherly, you got Patrick Jones, you got Janaris Robinson, Andre Patterson loves all of these guys. And hell, we're not even talking about Kenny Willekes. We're not even talking about James Lynch potentially working on the edge again. We're not even talking about Jordan Brailford, who I liked last year. There's so much talent on this D-line, man. Pretty fired up. But overall, I think PFF got it right. And the fact that we're just picking nits on a couple of these spots just shows how deep and talented this 2021 team is, where it's very rare. You look around the league, aside from the Bucs, who returns all 22 of their starters, where you look at teams like these spots are good to go. There really isn't going to be much competition for starting spots. So that just speaks to how talented and ready this team is in 2021 to make a push for a Jerome Barty. They are talented. They are stacked. They are studly. Let's go. Let's go, man. But your thoughts. PFF projecting the Vikings starting lineups. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.